Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. In this project we're going to make a gorgeous vintage looking card using lots of Anna Griffin products and lots of things from our stash, both old and new. So the first thing that we're going to need is our base card. Now everything I do use will be on my blog in a detailed list, and there'll be more photos of both the inside and the outside of the project. Please check my blog because there's so many different projects on there. Please feel free to share any of my projects as well. And if you want to comment, you can always comment on Facebook or on my blog where I can get back to you. I just can't reply on YouTube if you comment on there. So, without further ado, our base card I've actually cut from the double-sided cardstock that Anna has, and it's I think it was the pack for the cricket with the different prints. So it's got writing on one side and it's got a gorgeous sort of scroll and ornate flourish on the other. Now I just want to make sure that I'm going to use it the right way around, because with the writing that helps. All I've done is I've cut a piece of the 12x12 into a size 10x7, and then I've folded it in half and scored along the edge to get my 7x5 card. Now as you all know, this is my favourite size, and I just feel it's not too big and not too small to work with. It's not going to be overpowering if you're a new crafter, but if you're a seasoned crafter, advanced, then you know that what area you've got that you can decorate. So for the inside of the card, we've got a lot of decoration already because we've got the script, which is great because all we're going to do is take one of the Love and Easter layers. Now I know the frames are in so many of Anna's different kits and packs. So if you haven't got the Love and Easter layers, maybe you've got a kit that's got the frames in, and this would work just as well. So the Love and Easter layers were all double-sided. I'm gone for the frame side, and all I've done is tapped a pink ink pad around the edge of it, and I've stamped the words "Thank You" using the sentiment stamp and die set. There was a set of 9 dies with 30 odd stamps, all sentiments, and I've just used the word "thank you" for this. So I've got flat tape on the back, and all I'm going to do is insert the layer into the centre of the card, and that is our insert complete. We've got the sentiment and we've got enough room for all our writing to say thank you so much for whatever you did, whether it's a teacher, a friend or a family member. So there's a lot of room there for your writing, because sometimes I say, you know, if you're going to write an essay and you can't just use it on a plain piece of paper, keep your card for just your sentiment and your message and your thoughts. So now we can go to the front of our card, and I'm going to use my bone folder again just to make sure I've got a nice sharp crease still at the top, because obviously we've created this card, so we know we want to keep that crease nice and sharp for when it's going to stand up on a mantelpiece. Now the first thing that I've got, our first layer, is the same as the insert layer. It's from the Love and Easter layers. I've got double-sided flat tape on the back, and I'm simply going to peel the tape away and position this just through the centre of our card, like that, and press it down. Then I've turned my attention to Anna's Girl Flourish stickers, and in the pack there's lots of different corners, and I'm going to add 4 corners to the actual frame. Now I'm not going to try and line them up perfectly, because I just want the corners over the corner of our layer rather than to the edge of the card. So I'm just going to make sure they kind of line up with each other rather than the card itself, because I think sometimes we can get a little bit hung up about having to get everything in the right place and all the lines meeting, etc. And you lose the element of fun then. So let's just see if we can add the corners. Pull that up a little bit. Don't want it hanging off the edge of my card. So it's difficult to see this corner, you see, for me, because I've got a camera in the way. So we'll just go with something like that. There we go. It'll all be right on the night, as they say. And our last corner, there we go. So there's our 4 corners. Now our next layer, because you're now thinking, oh, they're not very neat, Anne-Marie, they're not lined up, you haven't spent hours making them all in a line. Well, we're not going to worry about that too much, because our next layer is going to hide a multitude of sins. So this is taken from the Fretwork 2 die collection, as long as I've got my details correct. I've got 3D foam on the back, and this is Anna's gold foil card. And I've taken the die through the die cutting machine and I've embossed it as well. So I've got the fine detail around the edge. Now we're not going to see all the detail, but we're going to pick up on the detail around the edge of the die cut. So this was on 3D foam, and I'm simply going to position it over the centre of the card. So it's kind of covering our corner edges, if that makes sense. So where we've not quite married them up, it just, you know, covers that over. You see what I mean? It just makes them look as though they all merged to one with the frame behind. So our next layer is going to take the eye away from it even more. And this is from the Fretwork 1 collection. So the Fretwork 1, again, I've embossed it as well as die cut it, just to pick up the enhanced detail. And I've used the same gold cardstock, and we've got 3D foam on the back. And for anybody worried about with it being a fine die, there's lots of places on the back of it that you can add your 3D foam. So don't panic that you can't see your foam, that you can see your foam or there's nowhere to put it, because there are loads of places to put it. So we're just going to position this die cut over our previous one, like so. See, it looks gorgeous already. So just press it down a little bit. Now next, I'm just going to go with our sentiment first. And I've used Anna's Paper Tricks, the Sentiment Die and Stamp collection to cut out a scallop circle of the actual same paper from the card that we used on the base. And then I've taken a sentiment from the Trilliage collection and I've die cut it just a tiny bit smaller than it was so that it will fit on the scalloped circle, and then we just see the edge of the scalloped circle, so you can see round the edge there. And it just says many thanks. I've got 3D foam on the back and I'm just going to pop that through the centre. Now I think that's gorgeous as it is, but I'm just going to add 2 flowers to either side of our sentiments, and I'm just going to add them like that, one to one side and one to the other side. And it doesn't matter that we're putting the flower upside down, because you know flowers don't always grow straight up, and I think that just adds just that little touch of something different to our card, where we've tucked the stalk in under the sentiment. And that's our card finished. So we've got our gorgeous inside that matches perfectly to the outside. It stands up and it will stand proud on any mantelpiece. The layers of gold are just gorgeous and it just highlights the entire card. Please feel free to comment. If you like the card, please say so. If you will do it differently, please say so, because I know my viewers like ideas from other people as well, and they like to read everybody's comments, as do I. So please feel free. I just can't get back to you on YouTube. Please share any of my projects as well. You can share them on Facebook, on your social media, in forums, etc. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.